Okay, Shante, if you want to factor this particular trinomial, you can't just look at the 11. I think the process that you're thinking of, that you described in the email that you sent to me, is one that works really well if your leading coefficient is 1. The problem with this particular problem is this 2 in the front. We need a more complex method to think about this because of that 2 there. Okay, and the way that Professor Ray showed you how to do this in class is using a method called guess and check. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a really good method for this particular problem because you got prime coefficients in the front and the back of it. So, the first thing that you want to do with every factoring problem is look for a greatest common factor. There's not one this time, but so we're going to try to break this thing down, and we're going to try to break it down by kind of undoing the FOIL method, right? So we're going to try to make a couple of sets of parentheses like this, and it works well in this particular situation because there's only one way to multiply numbers together to get 2, and that's 2 times 1, right? And there's only one way to multiply numbers together to get 11. That's 11 times 1. So you know what your 4 pieces are going to be: a 2, a 1, and 11, and a 1. And so we can really put the 2 and the 1 in right away. We know that we multiplied those first 2 terms here, these 2 right here, to get that 2x squared. So we know that we're going to have a 2x and an x inside these parentheses to get started, right? And now the question is, we can think about the signs a little bit. This last sign here, it tells me that the signs in here are going to be different. And this one tells me that my bigger product, when I'm doing my outer and my inner and FOIL, is going to be negative. Okay, so we really got 4 ways that these can go. The 11 and the 1, it could be 11 in the first one and 1 in the second one, or 1 in the first one and 11 in the second one, and then our signs are going to be different. So we've got some different combinations to try. We just want to plug them in and then FOIL to see which one works. And our goal is your outside and your inside need to add to give you a negative 21 this time. So, and I know my bigger one's going to be negative, so I might try this one first, a negative 11 over here and a positive 1 over here, and then maybe I'll multiply that out to see how it works. And if I do FOIL that, 2x times x is 2x squared. My outside, 2x times negative 11 is negative 22x. My inside, 1 times x is plus 1x. And my last, 1 times negative 11 is negative 11. Combine those like terms, and we get exactly what we're looking for. So that's the right combination. Now, I got kind of lucky in that I guessed and it worked out the very first time. It's not always going to happen with this method. You have to be patient with it. You have to try a couple of different combinations possibly. But just remember what your options are here. You have to have an 11 and a 1 in there. And you have to have a 1 positive and 1 negative sign. And so if you're patient and you go through your possibilities there, you'll eventually get to the one that you want. Okay, so hopefully this helps a little bit. Let me know if you have any other questions.